Everyone, we are back with, I guess, part two of this discussion of deceptive marketing. But Shutter Island was more the good type, where it's supposed to be mysterious. This is the bad type of mysterious. That is M. Night Shyamalan's The Village. So if you don't know who M. Night Shyamalan is, he rose to prominence mainly because of The Sixth Sense, and I have reviewed that movie. It was a long time ago, but you'll find it in my movie reviews playlist, so if you want to go there and search, go right ahead. But yeah, I mean, Sixth Sense was a huge hit, made him hundreds of millions of dollars. Second biggest movie in 1999, behind The Phantom Menace. That's how popular it was. And actually got Shyamalan nominated for Oscars. He got nominated for Best Director. I know, crazy. Crazy to think that now. And then after this, he did Unbreakable, which is a very underrated movie. A very underrated superhero movie that's technically getting a combination sequel, where the combination sequel will be between Unbreakable and Split, because Split is officially known as a spiritual sequel to Unbreakable. So pretty cool. And after that, he did Signs, which was mostly well received, mainly because of its atmosphere and whatnot. But the ending was real stupid because the aliens in that movie are negatively affected by water, and I'm just like, why would you go to a planet that's mostly filled with water? It kills your brain cells when you really think about it. So after that, he did this, and of course everyone was real excited because the marketing made it look like a horror movie, like a creature feature, something like that. And I've actually seen that very recently, that same thing with It Comes at Night. Everyone thought it was going to be a creature feature, or like a movie where it was supposed to be like some type of force is going to kill, the characters, or attack the characters, or antagonize characters. Guess what? That didn't happen. And the same thing happens in this. Instead of a creature feature or even a real horror movie, it's more of a period movie. Period movies, they take place back hundreds of years ago in like a certain era. And, everything was more peaceful back then. There was no technology, no cell phones, no memes, no GIFs, no dabbing. None of that existed, which is a good thing. But yeah, now I want to describe the back of this case. That way, let's see what the movie really thinks. It's M. Night Shyamalan, Signs, Unbreakable, Sixth Sense, the director who brought you the world's greatest thrillers on DVD. Yeah, this was when DVDs were really becoming a thing. VHS was still around, but this was when DVDs really came to prominence. Now creates his most thought-provoking triumph yet, breaking international records. I don't know about that. And dazzling audiences, I really don't know about that, around the globe. The Village is a smart, edge-of-your-seat chiller, crawling with terrifying surprises and frightening twists and turns. An isolated, tight-knit community lives in mortal fear of an oppressive evil inhabiting the forbidden forest just beyond their tiny village, so frightening that no one ventures into the woods until one villager dares to face the unknown. Unforgettable performances from Joaquin Phoenix, Sigourney Weaver, William Hurt, Adrian Brody, and newcomer Bryce Dallas Howard. This movie has a legit cast. You gotta give him Shyamalan credit. He got some legit actors to be in this movie. This powerful motion picture is one of Hollywood's best psychological thrillers and ranks with the best of Hitchcock. Yeah, no. Come on now. I think this movie is trying too hard to really sell itself to be this new thing, like this great old thing, when in actuality it's not that great, really. I mean, some people would argue that it's one of those movies that's going to take time for people to really see, how good it really is. I mean, look at Blade Runner or Empire Strikes Back or even Last Jedi. Some people are saying like some people didn't like it before, but then after looking back at it and rewatching it, you'll see you kind of like it more and more. Now, with Last Jedi, it's either you really love it or you really hate it, and I'm not in either category. I'm in the it was okay category. But I don't want to get into Star Wars and that toxic fandom. I'd rather not. We're talking about M. Night Shyamalan's Village. So the movie takes place what looks like a 18th century, 19th century type village. Everyone is like old school clothes. Everything looks all peaceful. Old timey things. Everybody eats outside. I don't know why anyone would do that. I mean, people usually eat outside for like barbecues and whatnot, but I don't know. And our main character, Bryce Dallas Howard, who is Ron Howard's daughter, by the way, but you know that. She is blind. Even though in some parts of the movie she does some things where I'm just like, not quite selling the blindness all that well. I mean, she does a good job overall, but sometimes it's not very realistic. Just saying. No, you got Adrian Brody. He's more of he has mental problems, so that type of character, and he's important to this story, and he plays somewhat of a big role in it. You got Joaquin Phoenix. He is like the main character in this, and he's the one who goes into the Forbidden Forest to face the unknown, which are the unknown. They're these creatures that wear red, red. I don't know why they wear these things. They have like yellow. They look like coats. But yeah, they wear red coats around them, and they have like all these branches and sticks growing out of them. And they make these monster sounds, so they look legit. And when they come around, everybody runs inside and whatnot, to protect themselves. And when Joaquin Phoenix, when he went out, because like Adrian Brody, like he found like these berries, and like Joaquin Phoenix is just like, where'd you find these berries? They're not in this village. Are they in the woods? Then he finds them. Well, he goes to the woods, but then he sees he starts seeing things, like seeing maybe some creatures and whatnot. Also, beginning, it's like this dog just gets straight up nasty murder. Like all this fur was like probably cut off violently, and it looks nasty. So yeah, that's that. And what I noticed is when Joaquin Phoenix did that, I mean, like, this happened at night. like the creatures did this at night, is that they painted the door of each of the houses, and they painted it with like this blood like slash on it. And I thought that was kind of interesting. And they say like this may have been a sign that, you know, things are not going to be good. But, you know, Bryce Dallas Howard and Joaquin Phoenix, they have feelings for each other, which doesn't make Adrian Brody. He doesn't like that very much, and so, spoiler, he stabs Joaquin Phoenix, and you would think he dies. But he doesn't. At least that's what I think. Because, like, they don't confirm it or not, but I'm gonna say he lives. And Adrian Brody's like putting like shut into this house and whatnot, you know, so like the town could like figure out what to do with him, what his fate should be. Should he just stay there? Should he just get in prison? Should he die? Any of those things. And some more shenanigans ensue. And so Bryce Dallas Howard's just like, I'm going to the forest. I'm going to bring 2 people with me. And then those people are just gone. So she's all by herself. And this next part is a major spoiler. It's the twist ending. If you know M. Night Shyamalan, you know how much he loves some twist and whatnot. So, full spoiler, full warning. Haven't seen the movie. Don't listen to me right now. Just watch it, come back here, and then we'll be fine. So, everybody, fine. Okay, 3, 2, 1. So Bryce Dallas Howard goes to the woods. She finds like this wall, and it's filled with like vines and whatnot. So she climbs it, and you see, it's not 18th, 19th century at all. It's not that time period at all. It's modern day, or 2004 modern day, technically. And then you see like park rangers, and you're just like, really, Shyamalan? We were made to believe this was an 18th, 19th century village in the past, like a period piece, and then you just twist us and just say like, no, it's in modern day because this area. So to explain this whole twist is that one of the people in this village was actually made in the 1970s. So not even that long ago, really. And the reason why is because the dude who made it, he went to he was like in a grieving group, something like that, and then he wanted like to create like a place where they could like shut themselves from the outside world. So they made it like that. And then he actually paid like the park rangers and whatnot to make it like a no-fly zone over it. That way they can create the illusion that this is taking place in the past and whatnot. So it's really stupid. And it really insulted, unlike Shutter Island, this one insults the intelligence of the viewer. And then the end, Bryce Dallas Howard comes back, doesn't tell anyone what she found out. And then she's like, to Joaquin Phoenix, who's just like in the bed because he needs like medicine and whatnot. And she's just like, I'm here. And then the movie ends. If I was there, I would have booed real hard, or I just would have just straight up left. I would imagine a lot of people would do that because this movie sucks. It sucks. It's not one of those, if you wait a little bit, it'll get better. It'll age like fine wine. Nope. This movie it's not good. And the performances are pretty good. I mean, this does have legit talent. And M. Night Shyamalan does create a creepy atmosphere a nice atmosphere to it. But once, I think the halfway mark, the movie just loses itself, and then that twist happens and ruins everything, and then you just don't care anymore. So, and also it doesn't help they marketed it as a horror movie when in reality it's more of a romantic period movie, and you should never do that because people are not going to respond very well. And then this was the first. This was the first in the M. Night Shyamalan domino effect, where he made bad movie after bad movie after bad movie. Because after this came Lady in the Water, after that came The Happening. After that, Last Airbender, and then finally after that, After Earth. All of them were complete garbage. And I've reviewed Happening, Airbender, and After Earth. I do not have Lady in the Water. I might get it in the future, but that's going to take some time. But anywho, this movie is just a prime example. Sometimes maybe you shouldn't mismarket a movie, because if you do, people are going to get mad. And you do not want that, which means, because this movie actually opened really well. It made like $50 million in 2004, which isn't bad at all. But after that, it plummeted, and it plummeted hard. It took a Batman v Superman or Last Jedi, fell 2/3, never recovered. Well, Last Jedi recovered a bit, but Batman v Superman didn't. The movie was still a hit, just not as big as a hit as Signs and Sixth Sense. So, sorry, Shyamalan. Better luck the next few times. So, that's The Village. I'm going to give it a 3 out of 10. I do not recommend this movie, even if you are the most die-hard, and I mean die-hard, Shyamalan fan. Then, other than that, don't watch it. It's not worth your time. Next, the final one in deceptive marketing. This is the most blatant. That is Jarhead. So look forward to this. Make sure to subscribe, like this video, leave a comment. I will see you all next time, and I am out.